Hi everybody, my name is Aaron Perry, aka ADP Sketches, and throughout my entire art career, I work with people like Def Jam, Hieroglyphics, and in this story, MMG, aka Maybach Music. At this time, everything has a beginning. Like, we all have our origin story. So I'll tell you a little bit about my origin story. So at the beginning, but we'll go into the beginning. So at the beginning part of my career, I literally was out of school, 2015, fresh out of VSU. Didn't know where to really go at the time. So at the time I worked at a Target, as they say. So while I was pushing carts and dealing with irate customers and the infamous red card, I was literally selling my paintings outside the back of the car, and I was like, hey man, you want some paintings? Selling them for like 10 to 15 bucks when the canvases cost like 30 or 40 bucks. And so at that time, I kind of started feeling inadequate, and I felt like I didn't know where to really go. And I was just dabbling into digital art, just dabbling. I haven't really fallen in love with anything yet. So months passed, and then months turned into like a year, and Target just wasn't doing for me at the time. And I had a manager named Mel. We're gonna change her name to Mel. And what triggered this conversation with her was like, I was telling her that I really wanted to be an artist, and I wouldn't let anybody stop me, and I was willing to go through hell just to achieve that. And you know, she comes in and said it in a way that was passive aggressive, but I get what she was saying. She did the whole, there's not enough black people being an art guy. You know, you talk well, you do good with your hands. Jesus was a carpenter, and I was like,
hey yo, what the f?
Damn, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So with that, I kind of just lost motivation, and I was just tired at the time, and I was having thoughts of, what is a way to saying it without getting demonetized? Unaliving oneself.
Hi everybody, this is Aaron for Post Editing. I decided to cut this part out because I think this story deserves its own video, and I also wanted to add in that these feelings that I had at the time were very temporarily, and it did not garner for a permanent solution. And I just want the people to know that, and also to take account to your mental health. But outside of that, I think that this part deserves its own video. So you'll probably hear that for a different Sketch Grounds episode. But back to the video.
And so I just sat there and didn't know what to really think. I sat at the beach right by the bridge in Virginia and just trying to figure it all out. So I went back home. The next day, I saw a little video of a homeless man who was rapping in front of Rick Ross in the middle of Venice Beach, and he was spitting like this.
Oklahoma City, the Supersonics, like well fuck futuristic reference. Rather reside in the present. Hold up. Yo, give me a G for genius, a gold rapper for my penis, clitoris from the Caucasus Mountains, my money didn't able to be counted. Count me the couches, my worth is countless, like molecules of hydrogen in the Swiss ounces, astrophysicist, audio critically acclaimed alchemist, big up star the alchemist, who managed to manipulate bullshit and get gold out of it. Talk to him.
And it was some kind of out of this world type verses. Like, it was like mind-blowing. It was something that was different from the hip-hop that I was used to. And so with that, I just did some research on the man, Issa Muhammad, who was signed to Maybach Music at the time. And so I decided to just go on Twitter and just reached out. I didn't expect anything of it. Like, it's the internet, you know? Didn't expect anything. And then 2 hours later, I got an email saying, thank you so much, and that's what started the connection. Nothing came of it for about a week and a half, and he was on an interview show at the time online, and he was saying that the album was called Safeguard Your Joy. So I was like, I came back to him and just texting him, and I was like, you know what? I think I can draw this. And his response was like, in my best Issa Muhammad connection, he was like, safeguard your joy, nigga. And so I sat there and I was like looking through many pages, and I was like, what the hell does that mean? So I was like, I talked to my mom, who was an echocardiographer at the time, so she did ultrasounds of people's hearts. And so my mom had an ultrasound of my heart, and I was like, you know what? I got something here. So what I did was that I took the picture of the ultrasound and I drew like the best I could of the actual heart itself, and just putting all the details in. I was like, I was literally spacing out. And so that's what the whole space concept came from. And then since Issa was from Inglewood, it was 2 crayons with rockets, red and blue, Bloods and the Crips and stuff like that. But I wanted to have that innocence implication. Even though Issa's content is, at times can be a major, yikes. But after that, nothing came of it. And then 2 weeks later, the whole mixtape came out, and that became what it was. It gave me the confidence to actually just go in and just do art for a living. And I knew that that was what I wanted to do. When I went to Target and show Mel, she rolled her eyes like this. Yeah, kind of like that. So that was my time that I need to get up out of Target. So after that, I actually put in an application to SCAD. Took like 2 or 3 times, but I managed to go in, and I haven't been back to Virginia ever since. And since then, it led to more opportunities, like working with artists like Mickey Fax, to Asheru, to Motown Records, to recently Hieroglyphics for their Hyro Day stuff. And so as a message to anybody that wanted to work in the art industry, don't give up on your talent. Like, people will just discourage you and all this stuff, and and that there'll be better days. The people always see your stuff at the end of the day, but some of this stuff isn't really a coincidence. And that is my message for today. And I hope you guys drink water, make good choices, Don't be out here acting all wild, and I'm sorry, Mom.
All right, so we're closing this video out with a time lapse of some of my most recent drawings. I think I'm going to be using this format for any future videos, but this was a fun story to talk about at the beginning, and I hope this will be a very fruitful journey, and I hope that you guys will learn, like, and subscribe, and support me on all of my social medias at the end. You guys have a good one. You take care.